And yesterday morning, I was sitting here watching TV, and there was a knock on the door. I got up and answered the door, and this big old guy was sitting there, and he said, we're having trouble with an electric leak. And I said, sprung me there. But he said, we got an electric leak in this area, and it's real bad. Can I come in and check your house? I said, yes. So we walked in the kitchen. He said, can I move the refrigerator? When he said that, I said, what? And I was fixing to take off, and then that's when he grabbed me. He said, no, I'm going to tie your hands up. I'm going to tie your hands up, and I'm going to rob you, and you give me your money. I said, no, you ain't tying me up. I said, you ain't getting any money. And so me and him started wrestling, and he kept grabbing my hands and got them behind my back, and I broke loose. And he grabbed me again, and then he slapped me across the face, and he got me on that, and he threw me down on the floor with my face down and all that, and he was tying my hands up, and I moved again, and I broke loose from him, and he banged my head against the floor or something, and anyway, I finally wore out. I just wore out, and so he tied me up, and then he left me there, and then he started going around the house, and I used my elbows and feet, I guess, I don't know. Anyway, I got myself propped up where I could breathe right, up against the freezer, and trying to work my hands loose, and he come back in. You got the money somewhere, I know. He walked around the house, and I was working the cards loose anyway, and he said, I know you got the money. Where's your money? He come on in and slapped me across the face again, and he didn't. He kept slapping me, He said, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. Where's your money? And then he started wrestling. I said, you ain't getting my money. And I jumped up, and he threw me down again. And anyway, I finally told him my wallet was on my desk under that.
If you don't mind me asking, would you point out where you're injured from this? Looks like you're.
I had right here. They were going to put stitches at the doctor right here across the eye. I had a little cut there, which is bled on the floor. I still blood on the floor.
Tell me, if you wouldn't mind, how did you get this cut here? Where did that come from?
I think when he slammed my head on the floor.
And if you don't mind, point it to me real quick.
Right here. And they were going to put stitches in it at the hospital when I went to the hospital. I said, well, put in a desirable stitch because I don't have a way to get back here because I don't drive and I don't have any money. I'm on Social Security and everything, and money costs to get there.
Where else are you injured? You mentioned you were injured somewhere else, too.
My hand here.
Hold on a second. Let him get a focus of it there. And explain to me, how'd you hurt your hand?
I don't know. I don't know whether I hit him in the head or whether it hit on the floor one time when I fell down. I do not know. I cannot tell you that.
And I guess just
And I also got hurt on the back of my head.
So it sounds like it's mostly just bruising, right? No serious.
Yeah, no, I had a big bump here on the back of my head, and that's why I went to the hospital because I got dizzy after that, and the people that were here, medical people, and I with the police, and I got up and I got dizzy, and they said, well, maybe you better go. And then I got to thinking, I said, well, hell, I said, well, might be blood leaking up there or something. And I said, well, I guess I better go. I better go.
So one of the questions I have, just hearing your story, I'm almost wondering, when he came in, you weren't suspicious at first, right?
No.
When did you become suspicious? Was it when he wanted to mess with your fridge?
Yeah, when he wanted to move the refrigerator, and I got to thinking, and then I thought about, he said, an electrical leak. But then that hit me then when I started the fridge and an electrical leak, and then I said, I know I got to go.
So you were trying to leave at that
point? I turned to walk out, and that's when he turned around. He said, no, you're not going anywhere. I'm robbing you. I'm going to put your hands behind your back. I'm going to tie you up.
And, I'm almost wondering, you seem very calm when you're describing this. Have you ever been through anything like this before?
No.
How scary was this? How frightening was it? Or did you even have time to be frightened?
I didn't have time. I don't guess I didn't really get frightened. All I knew is he wasn't going to take my money. which he did, but I wasn't going to do that. And then when he told me, he said, well, I'm going to shoot you. I'm going to kill you. And I couldn't think of it, and I laughed when I talked. I was laying on the floor against the refrigerator. He said, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to pull my gun out and put his finger up. I'm going to pull my gun out and I'm going to shoot you. And I said, go ahead, you're going to have to kill me because I don't have any more money. That's all the money I had was in my wallet.
And you said after this happened, you didn't come back home for a while, right?
Well, I left. I went and called my neighbor. I was calling my neighbor. I went to my neighbors because I didn't want to come in because I wasn't positive he had left, you see. And
so
I found...
Yeah, let's talk about that. How did this whole thing end? He got your wallet. Did he just leave or what happened?
Yeah, I got loose. I done tied myself and all that. And he said, I'm going to tie you up again. And I said, no, you ain't. And I started to stand up. And he pushed me back down, and he picked up the bungee cord he had me tied with and a glove he had lost on the floor in there. And I guess that's when, and he took off and ran out the door, I guess. I didn't see him go out. But I went out my back door after he left because I wasn't sure he wasn't still here because I didn't see him go out the door.
So you got loose, and, he grabbed the stuff, but he didn't try to retie you up again. He
was trying, but then I broke loose and he said, you stay there and all that, and then he quit, I guess.
And he just took off. What all did he get away with? Like, what did he steal from?
He got my wallet, which had my credit card in it, had my EBT card in it, my food stamp card, my medical insurance, my health spring card, my Medicare card, my food stamp card.
And he tried to use some of these cards?
He used the credit card, yeah. He tried to use all the credit cards. I don't know what he did with the others. I called in everything now. The only thing I got to get left right now is my main Medicare card, my red, white, and blue one. I don't have it. I hadn't got it back, and I can't find the numbers to call to get that replaced.
So it's a big pain in the butt.
Oh yeah, and and my picture ID. I got to get me another one of them. He got that.
If you want to change, I got one other question. You're back in your home. You eventually came back to your house.
Yes.
But what will it mean? We're doing this story because we want him to catch this guy.
I want you to too. I do want you to catch him.
Tell me, what will that mean to you if they catch him? Why is that important for you to catch him?
Then he won't be able to do it to anybody else. That's what it would mean. I know I can't get back what I went through, and it's a bad experience. I mean, I wouldn't wish it on anybody. I didn't like it, but that's the way it is. But I wouldn't want it to happen to nobody, and I hope you catch it so he can't do it to nobody else. And it will be a notice to everybody to watch out.
You learned anything from this experience?
Yeah, my son's going to put me a peephole on my door.